You see, the dating advice you hear everywhere focuses on the surface, what to wear, what to say, how to act. But mature men, we're looking for something much deeper, something that lasts through seasons of joy and seasons of struggle. No matter how much the world changes around us, some things never do. A man's heart still longs for a woman who brings him peace, respect, and genuine connection. After 60, real attraction isn't about impressing anyone anymore. It's not about trying to be someone you're not. It's about being truly yourself and inviting a man to do the same. I'm Vernon. Today, I'm going to share 5 things a man is really looking for in a woman, qualities that go far beyond surface attraction and create the foundation for a lifetime of love and partnership. Before we dive in, if you're ready to discover timeless wisdom about love and relationships, especially after 60, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to me. So, let's start with the very first thing, and perhaps the most quietly powerful quality of all.
Number 1. Emotional warmth and kindness. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "The only way to have a friend is to be one." And gentlemen, this wisdom applies deeply when it comes to the women who capture our hearts and minds. When I talk about emotional warmth and kindness, I'm not talking about being nice to everyone or never standing up for yourself. I'm talking about something much more precious, the ability to make a man feel safe, valued, and truly accepted for exactly who he is. You see, warmth isn't about being perfect or always cheerful. It's about creating an emotional sanctuary where a man can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. It's about responding to his struggles with compassion rather than criticism, and celebrating his victories, even the small ones, with genuine joy. Men, especially as we age, carry invisible burdens. We worry about our health, our purpose, whether we still matter. We wonder if we're still attractive, still relevant, still capable of being the man we once were. A woman with true emotional warmth sees past our defenses and loves what she finds there. She doesn't try to fix us or change us. She accepts us while encouraging our growth. This kind of warmth shows up in the small moments. It's in the way she greets you when you come home after a difficult day. It's in how she responds when you share something that's weighing on your heart. It's in her ability to see your struggles not as weaknesses to be corrected, but as human experiences to be understood. A warm woman doesn't dismiss your feelings or compare them to her own challenges. She doesn't rush to offer solutions when what you really need is simply to be heard. Instead, she creates space for your emotions, validates your experience, and reminds you that you're not alone in facing life's difficulties. This kind of warmth is magnetic because it's so rare. In a world that often feels harsh and demanding, a woman who brings gentleness and understanding becomes a refuge. She becomes the place where you can remove your armor and simply be human. But here's what's beautiful about this quality. It's not something you have to manufacture or perform. It comes from your own sense of security and self-love. When you're at peace with yourself, when you've learned to treat yourself with kindness, that peace naturally radiates outward and draws others in. True warmth is born from wisdom, from understanding that we're all imperfect beings, trying our best in an imperfect world. It comes from choosing compassion over judgment, understanding over criticism. Have you ever made someone feel truly safe just by being yourself? I'd love to hear your story in the comments below. And your insights often spark the most meaningful conversations in our community. But warmth alone isn't enough. A man also seeks a woman with strength and character, which brings us to the next quality.
Number 2. Integrity and self-respect. There's an old saying that goes, integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching. But I'd add this: integrity in a relationship is being true to yourself even when it might be easier not to be. Men are drawn to women who stand by their values, keep their word, and respect themselves. Not women who are rigid or inflexible, but women who have a core sense of who they are and refuse to compromise that for anyone, including us. Let me be honest with you. There's nothing more attractive to a mature man than a woman who says what she means and means what she says, who doesn't play games or manipulate situations to get what she wants, who respects herself enough to expect respect from others. This means having boundaries. It means saying no when something doesn't align with your values. It means not dropping your friendships, your interests, or your beliefs just to keep a man happy. Ironically, the women who are willing to lose themselves for love are often the ones who lose love instead. One quote that speaks directly to emotional strength in relationships comes from Viktor Frankl. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. And in relationships, this integrity creates trust, the foundation of everything lasting. A woman with integrity keeps her commitments. If she says she'll call, she calls. If she makes plans, she follows through. If she's struggling with something, she addresses it directly rather than letting resentment build. This reliability creates safety in a relationship. But integrity goes beyond just being trustworthy. It's about being authentic. It's about not pretending to love golf if you hate it, not agreeing with everything he says to avoid conflict, not hiding parts of yourself that you think might be too much. Men want to fall in love with the real you, not a carefully curated version designed to please us. Because here's the thing, if you're not being authentic, we can sense it, even if we can't put our finger on what feels off. A woman with self-respect also inspires respect in return. She doesn't tolerate being taken for granted, spoken to disrespectfully, or treated as less than she deserves. This isn't about being difficult. It's about modeling the kind of relationship you want to create together. This is wisdom worth keeping. Please save this video so you can come back to these insights whenever you need them, and share it with friends who might benefit from this perspective on authentic attraction. Integrity invites trust, but the next quality draws a man closer than ever. It opens the door to true emotional intimacy. Number 3. Emotional openness and communication. High-quality men want to connect beyond the surface. We want to know your thoughts, your fears, your dreams, your authentic self. And here's something that might surprise you. We also want you to invite us to share ours. I'm talking about emotional openness and honest communication. Not dumping every feeling on someone, but being willing to be vulnerable and creating space for him to be vulnerable too. Sophia, a dear friend of my wife's, comes to mind. She's 65, and after her husband passed 3 years ago, she thought her days of deep connection were over. Then she met David at a book club. What drew him to her wasn't just her intelligence or her laugh, it was her courage to be real. During one of their early conversations, David mentioned feeling lost since retiring. Instead of offering quick reassurance or changing the subject, Sophia said, "I understand that feeling. After William died, I wondered who I was beyond being his wife." That simple moment of shared vulnerability changed everything between them. Sophia didn't try to fix David's feelings or minimize them. She met his honesty with her own. She created what I call emotional safety, a space where real feelings could exist without judgment. This kind of openness isn't about being dramatic or oversharing. It's about genuine communication. It's saying, "I feel hurt when," instead of building up resentment. It's sharing your excitement about something that matters to you, even if you think he might not understand. It's asking how his day really was and listening to the answer. Men over 60 have often spent decades keeping our deeper feelings to ourselves. We've been taught that vulnerability is weakness. But when a woman shows us that it's safe to be human, that our struggles and fears won't be used against us, something beautiful happens. We start to trust. The more authentic and vulnerable you are, the safer we feel to be the same. Your openness gives us permission to remove our masks too. Brené Brown said it perfectly. Vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage. And in relationships, that courage creates intimacy that goes beyond the surface. Openness builds bridges, but real relationships need something even more life-giving, the lightness that comes with playfulness and joy.
Number 4. Playfulness and positive spirit. That timeless wit from Oscar Wilde still rings true. Life is too important to be taken seriously. And you know what? The women who understand this, who can bring laughter and lightness into a man's world, these women are absolutely magnetic. Life gets heavy, doesn't it? We face health concerns, financial worries, family challenges, and sometimes the weight of it all can feel overwhelming. But a woman who can laugh, play, and find joy in everyday moments, she becomes a source of light in a sometimes dark world. Not long ago, something beautiful happened in my cousin Audrey's life. She's 68, widowed for 5 years, and one of the most joyful people I know. Recently, she started dating Frank, a retired teacher who'd been quite serious and reserved after his own loss. The first time I saw them together, Frank was like a different man. Audrey had convinced him to take a beginner's dance class with her. Now Frank has 2 left feet and was initially mortified at the suggestion. But Audrey's response to his clumsy steps wasn't criticism, it was delighted laughter. She made stepping on her toes part of the fun. "Frank," she said, spinning under his arm despite his protests, "we're not trying to win Dancing with the Stars. We're just trying to have fun." By the end of the evening, Frank was laughing harder than anyone. This is what I mean by playfulness. It's not about being childish or silly all the time. It's about maintaining your sense of wonder,
your ability to find humor in imperfection, and your willingness to try new things, even if you might fail spectacularly. A playful spirit is contagious. When you approach life with curiosity instead of cynicism, with laughter instead of complaints, you remind us that despite everything we've been through, life is still an adventure worth enjoying. This quality is especially precious after 60 because it's so easy to become rigid, set in our ways, focused only on problems. But a woman who can still be spontaneous, who suggests taking a different route just to see where it leads, who laughs at her own mistakes instead of being embarrassed by them, she brings out the best in everyone around her. Playfulness also means not taking yourself so seriously that you can't enjoy the moment. It's being able to dance in the kitchen while cooking, to make funny faces at children, to get excited about simple pleasures like a beautiful sunset or the first flower of spring. And finally, perhaps the most underrated quality is the one that makes love last through every storm.
Number 5. Support and partnership. Henry Ford once said, "Coming together is a beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success." And this brings us to perhaps the most important quality a man seeks in a woman, the spirit of true partnership. When I talk about support, I don't mean blind agreement or losing yourself in his dreams. I mean becoming his teammate, his ally, someone who believes in him while maintaining your own identity and goals. A true partner stands by him during both victories and defeats. She celebrates his successes without jealousy and supports him through failures without judgment. She sees his potential even when he's forgotten it himself, and she believes in his dreams even when they seem impossible. But partnership is never one-sided. It's about creating something together that's stronger than either of you could build alone. It's about mutual respect, shared decision-making, and supporting each other's individual growth within the context of your shared life. As Maya Angelou so beautifully put it, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. And a supportive partner is someone willing to leap those fences together. This means being his soft place to land when the world is harsh, but also being honest when he needs to hear truth. It means encouraging his friendships and interests, not competing with them. It means building him up in private and in public, not tearing him down. A supportive woman doesn't try to change her man. She loves who he is while encouraging who he's becoming. She doesn't compete with him or try to prove she's better. Instead, she recognizes that his success is their success, and their success is his success. This partnership mentality is especially important as we age. We need someone who will navigate life's challenges with us, not someone who adds to our burdens. We need a companion who sees us as a team tackling whatever comes our way, health issues, family concerns, financial decisions, or simply the daily joys and struggles of life. A supportive partner also maintains her own interests and friendships. She has her own life, her own goals, her own identity. This isn't selfish, it's essential. Men don't want to become someone's whole world. We want to be an important part of a full, rich life. If this message resonates with you, please share this video with friends who might need to hear it.
Sometimes the most powerful gift we can give is helping others understand their own worth and what they bring to relationships. When a man finds these qualities in a woman, he finds not just love, but home.
We've now come full circle with the 5 qualities that truly matter to a mature man seeking real connection: emotional warmth and kindness, integrity and self-respect, emotional openness and communication, playfulness and positive spirit, and the ability to be a true partner and supporter. But I want you to remember most. In the end, what a man seeks isn't a flawless woman. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for authenticity. We want a woman who invites us to be our truest, happiest selves, while being completely comfortable with who she is. These qualities aren't about changing yourself to attract a man. They're about becoming the fullest version of yourself, the woman who attracts the right kind of love naturally. In the face of everything life can take, Viktor Frankl offers a powerful reminder. Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances. So choose to be a woman who radiates warmth, integrity, openness, joy, and true partnership, because being authentically, beautifully yourself is your greatest freedom. Do you have a question, a personal insight, or a story you'd like to share? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And before you go, please like and subscribe so you never miss these conversations about love, connection, and finding joy in life's next chapter. You can also check the video description below. I've added links to more inspiring content I think you'll really enjoy.